traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Now this pair is going to breed soon. This is my flower horn female, my own creation. She was a Thai silk Texas mix, and this is the male Umbee. He's in his dark colors right now, but he's actually phenomenal. Let's see if I can get him. And he wasn't my best. My best guy actually ended up dying. But it turned out good because he was super mean, and this guy tolerates his female. They're about to lay. They're pretty big. This is a big female. She's giving me massive babies. I actually had crossed her also with a black nasty, and I got fried from her with that. The black nasty's dead. She's alive. She came off of a Texas, regular Texas, green Texas, and a Thai silk. I posted a video on that as well, how I created this one. And actually all my fry came out perfect, or at least beautiful like that, out of this guy. I didn't have to cull many. And I don't cull fishes, I just grow them out. Even the fugly ones. Sometimes they don't make it anyway, so. But yeah, these guys are about to breed, so I will keep everybody updated if that works for me. I know this fish can cross. Not gonna say how I know, but I know. I know they say South American and Centrals don't happen. I'm purposely doing these videos to document all my breeding, so when it does happen, you know it did. I love the Umbee. The Umbee's a beautiful fish. I want to incorporate some of that beauty to the flower horn and hopefully make my own creation. Up here I have another Umbee. I think it's a male, so you know it vents like a male, but it colors like a female. So I haven't seen the bright colors. This Matagwan female I bred with this Cinespilum. He's now set up with a Salvini female. I do have fry from this guy and her growing out. I decided to break it up because I've seen other people have done that combination, and I like to do my own thing. So this Umbee male is not really reacting much to her. She's got her tube down, but I haven't attempted to release this divider and try to breed them because he's trying to kill her through the thing, and I don't want to lose her. She's a good breeder. So I'm going to move slowly with this pair. I'm going to attempt to breed them through the divider, and then if that doesn't work, I will try a different way. I have about 100 fish tanks, so this is just a couple of my tanks, a couple of my projects. This is the Umbee project. This one will soon be updated as I am conditioning her to get her into breeding, and I'll make a video on that as well to show you guys what I do to condition them and get them ready for breeding. Obviously water change, right temperature, but there's also certain foods that I've used in experience that it usually puts them right into breeding, and other things that I do. These two were divided I like to keep them divided and seeing each other for a period of like 3-4 months. This guy fights everything I do. He wants to attack my finger. Beautiful fish, but I usually keep them 3-4 months before I release them. They'll always lock up, and you know, they always fight. The female's gonna always test the male. If he wins, I watch their behavior, and if he's not taking chunks out of her and just kind of keeping her in line, then I know it's a success. But even then, right now, when they're about to breed, she will get really, really aggressive. He's got to hold his own. And sometimes the male, in my experience at least, sometimes the male gets pissed that she comes full force and he kills her. Or he loses the fight and he dies. What I'm hoping is that he wins and he decides to breed. They seem to be pretty well bonded. I think I got a success here. I know a lot of people ask me, will I be selling fries? In the beginning, I do not sell the fry, as I want to see what they actually are formed. I might choose certain people that I trust to grow some out and see, you know, what they turn out to be. But I eventually, maybe in the future, as I produce them and know I can keep it going, I will. But yeah, these are the Umbee that I will be crossing and documenting. There's a lot of fish that people have told me cannot be crossed, and I've done them, and I never gone through the videotaping and all that because I wasn't thinking of sharing it with anybody. I just do it for myself, but I want to actually document this. I will say this: I have crossed the Umbee with a different fish. I will keep that until I find the video of the fry, which I know I filmed and I put it in one of my hard drives. But I have crossed this fish before. Not this particular male, it was actually a female Umbee with a different male. So, and I've heard from people that I've talked to, at least from Thailand, not so much of the Umbees, but a different type of fishes that also have been told that they cannot be hybridized. They get hybridized. It's not easy. It's a lot of failure, a lot of fails. I had the female Umbee that actually ended up crossing with a central. I had her for years and no success whatsoever. I almost gave up, and then I got fried. Now I will say the fry did not last long. I don't know, it's because the coatings are so different, or just me. I didn't take good care of them. I have a lot of fish and I do this by myself, so I also have a lot of kids. I don't tend to neglect them, but there's some fishes that are more finicky than others, and maybe if I skip the water change here and there, they don't survive. Thank you for watching this. I will keep, this is just one of my, like I said, I got 100 fish tanks and I got them set up like these. So just imagine how many different projects I have. And almost everything that I'm doing, you probably haven't seen somewhere else. And if you have, you know, then they're doing the same thing I have, but I don't think anybody's doing it in my level. I could be wrong. But I only want to breed hybrids. I do have some pure species that I am, you know, very fond of. Black nasties are my favorite. So I do have pure black nasties. I want to make them stronger, genetically stronger, as they're one of those fish that they don't do well when they're little. They get bloat very easy from stress. You can't put them in communities with other fish, as they get stressed out and die. So I want to kind of eliminate that from them. So I have crossed them with many other species, and I'm going to continue to do so. That's the female Umbee, and this is the Umbee. This is the only way I could try to breed them. She's fertile, he's fertile. I bred her with another Umbee I got fry from. I've been trying to get her in condition so she will breed. She's looking like she's holding some eggs on there, and she's getting ready to lay eggs. I got this guy really cheap because he came with that jacked up tail. Anybody that's kept Umbees know they kill everything. So I have to breed these guys with a divider, or at least attempt to. But this is just one of the Umbee pairs that I am trying to breed. I do have 3 Umbee pairs set up with different species. This one is the female here in this case, and this is the male Umbee. But the one that's about to breed, and I do not need a divider, because the way I do it usually is I hold this divider here. I build these, by the way. I'll make a video of that. It's the cheapest. I don't do the best. I don't know. I know there's better ones, but it's the cheapest, and I can build it for any tank, any size. It's just PVC pipe and some dish material used for dishes I get at the dollar store, and it holds well. It's measured perfectly to this tank, and they can't get through. There is a downside from it. When you have big fishes that like to lock their mouths, they're able to lock, and they sometimes do some damage to their mouths, but they can't hurt each other. But you know, they can do damage to their mouth on the bigger fish. When they're this size difference, they don't try to lock it. It's usually if I have a male and a male on each side, I get that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is the Umbee pair.